Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about the long-awaited Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. And shout out to 83 Caesar 83, who asked for this a month ago. And I ordered it as soon as I got the request, because I didn't currently have it. And then it took a friggin' month to get here. And, it's finally here. The reason why it took so long is because, well, I apparently got a Japanese version, which, as far as I can tell, there is no difference, in the actual figure. This isn't a thing where, like, the Japanese version is painted better or something like that, like certain older figures, have sometimes. But the only reason why I bring it up is because that's why it took so long to ship, because apparently it I guess it took a boat across, I don't know, probably the Atlantic, because just going the slowest way possible. But it's finally here, and so I'm doing it as soon as I got it. And here is the box that it came in. And you got a good old-fashioned box review, this time with Japanese. I assume it's Japanese. If I'm wrong, my apologies. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese, though, but I don't actually know for sure. But yeah, you got Studio Series, Revenge of the Fallen, Megatron, Japanese that I don't know how to read, Transformers Takara Tomy, Revenge of the Fallen, Megatron with more Japanese and a bio in Japanese, and more Japanese and more Japanese and even more Japanese. And a cool picture there of getting some Studio Series fellas. This side, Megatron's face, Voyager class, and on the bottom, more Japanese, and as some people have called it, I believe MGO does, Sad Pac-Man. I think it means don't eat anything in the box. But I don't actually know, because I can't speak Japanese. Well, I can speak a little bit of Japanese, but like hi, and that's about it. Now, this is a pre-used box, well, pre-used figure, I should say. So the box is a little bit damaged, but I don't care. Because, well, I care about the figure. If the figure was damaged, I'd be annoyed. But on the inside, you got plastic. And then you have the display base with a background where Megatron killed Optimus Prime. Spoilers for a movie that came out a while ago. I don't know how long ago, but like probably like 15 years ago. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, and I don't plan on it. And yeah, it's a pretty good display. Although you can see a little bit of pixelation there. It's not even. I don't know how well you can even see it on the camera, but in person you can. It's a little bit pixelated, but I don't care at all. I care about the figure, and this figure is very cool. Yeah, I only have like one or two problems with it, and the only one that's actually a problem is, I've seen a lot of other people talk about this as well, so I assume it's not just me, but these parts on the back of his legs pop off way too easily, and so that's a little annoying. But, other than that, yeah, the rest of my problems are basically nitpicks, because this is a very good design. And I would say this is probably the most iconic design from the live-action movies. Like, yeah, the first one, it's not my favorite look, but I feel like if you look up, Transformers, like the live-action Transformers Megatron, you'd probably get one of the, this guy's pictures, because, I don't know, it just seems right, I guess. I don't know. I really like a lot of the other designs, but except for Galvatron, of course, movie 4 Galvatron sucks. But, yeah, I don't know. It just works. I really like it. And, let's talk about articulation, which is actually going to be a little bit unique because, as you can see, he is a bit lopsided, which is a pretty unique part about it, but about, this version of Megatron in general. One thing is you can flip this in to have his more canon-looking mode, but then you don't have the spike there, so it looks a little bit weird. So I tend to keep it out like this so it's in his like crab claw form kind of thing. Also has your finger there. So articulation. You got a full 360. You got out that far. You got bicep swivel. You have over 90 degrees of bend. And then you have this, of course. And you have some finger articulation. You got in and out on the finger. On this side, you got full 360, out that far, bicep swivel, 90 degree, over 90 degrees of bend. And then as far as the fingers, you have a joint at this top one, and then at this bottom cluster. So yeah, you got a little bit of that. Oh, this is my other complaint, is he has a fairly hollow back, but from most angles, and I mean like 90% of the angles that you have him in, like it's barely noticeable. Like, but yeah. Now, leg articulation. You got forward that far, back that far, nothing at the waist, out that far, not bicep, thigh swivel. Kind of, he barely even has actual knees, so it's a little bit hard to say that he doesn't have a knee bend, but he kind of does, but he kind of doesn't. He has the chicken leg knee bend, so yeah. But, and then you have articulation at the toes, which on mine like to close up a little bit too easily, but yeah. And you have a ball jointed head, which on mine is super tight, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. But you got lots of up and down, and you can use this transformation hinge to get him to look down more. And so overall, pretty good articulation. And yeah. Now, let's do some size comparisons. So, because I felt like, with it being the next form of Megatron, I figured I should show you the previous. We'll just set that there and set that there. And they are rightfully about the same size. You can see the difference, completely different molds, because they are essentially very different. And the one thing that is pretty visible with this is this has a much shinier, glossy look that I think would look much better. Like, it looks much better. And I wish it was on this figure, but it doesn't bother me that much. And then here he is with my previous review, Transformers Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. And they look like they're from different universes, but they don't look bad together. And here he is with Batman. And he's actually taller than Batman. Yay! So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, transformation on this guy is, according to the, it was a bit annoying the first time. The instructions weren't super clear, but but it actually is quite a good transformation. Everything locks in very solidly. You just gotta, like, I would recommend looking up a video on it. Or, since, actually, why am I saying that? I'm about to show you how to do it. So let's get into it. So first, fold this up. Then, just come to the back here. And, actually, you know what? I think we should start with the legs, just to get them up here. So, bring this all down to get some space. Then, bring the arms forward, like so. I will try and adjust this so that you can see it a bit better. Hold on. Yeah. So, come to the back, flip this all out, and lock all that in. Then, come to the side here, and rotate the arm like so, and fold all of this in. Oh, yeah. Take the head, extend it out like that. Take all this, bring that out, and lift up the backpack the rest of the way just to get that out of the way. Then there's a tab right there that will go into that slot right there, and that will fold right on in. And then on this side, you take this, you want it to be rotated down, and then bring all that like so, bring that in, and lock that in as well. Then take all this, and you're gonna line it up, and there's a tab right there that will go into a slot somewhere in there, and there's another tab right there that will go into a slot right there. It's a little bit hard to show you, because kind of working with not a lot of space. Honestly, I had to take out the arm and find where everything was going to go the first time, and then put it all together, and then it worked really easily. So, do all that, bring that in. If you had the finger out, you push that down now. And you are, whoop, no. You're supposed to be lined up. Come on. Line up. This is what I mean. It's a little bit finicky, but, oh, this arm wasn't lined up. But like, once you get everything locked in, and if you just take your time with it and make sure you have everything locked in, it'll go together just fine. Now that that's in, this should go in and work all right. Come on. Come on. There we go. Sometimes I find that just picking it up and moving it and then putting it back actually works way better for some reason. I don't, and you're back up. Okay, stay. So then, come down to the legs, rotate at this hinge on both of them, like so. Then, straighten out all of this. Then, come right here, and then, this is important, push that down, like so. You want to slide it on that side, same thing on this side, but inward. Like, then, bring these flaps down, and hope that they don't come off while you finish transforming him. Then, straighten out the foot, and make sure it'll, like, thoop into place there. Then, take this piece, bring that down. Oh, and if the toes haven't done it already, for you, close them together and squeeze it. Then bring this part up and over. That will sit there. And then same thing on this side. So, bring this down, lock that in, bring that up, bring that down, and close the toes together. And then, take all of this and rotate it up. Rotate it up. And now, if everything was locked in correctly beforehand, you shouldn't have a problem doing this, but if it isn't, then you might have a bit more of an annoying time. But then you just lock that in right there, and right there, and right there, I said, right there, and yay, everything was tapped in. And then just move the mouth thingies into the place, because if you didn't know, on Megatron's tank mode, you can just see his face for some reason. And finally, come down here and fold all this down, and hope you don't dislodge anything in the process, because on mine that's rather tight. Bring those down and in, and voila, and you are done. And yeah, it's a fairly interesting transformation for a nothing tank mode. And again, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, I just mean it in a, what the heck? I guess this is a tank, but it is a weird looking one. And yeah, so as far as articulation goes, normally tanks have a little bit of articulation, but you just got up and down at the turrets, and then up and down at the cannon. So not much, but you can have a sad tank. It missed its shot. And so yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what characters I should review next, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Hopefully it won't take a month. I'm truly sorry about that. And, yeah, follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye! Hey, hold on. I said, bye!